Michael Turner was 31 years old, living in Dallas, Texas. And every morning he woke up with the same heavy feeling in his chest. It wasn't sickness. It wasn't heartbreak. It was regret. He worked in a warehouse loading trucks for 10 hours a day. The work was honest, but it wasn't the life he imagined for himself. At 18, Michael thought by 30 he'd have success. A nice house, a strong career, money saved, confidence, respect. Instead, he had overdue bills, sore feet, and a life that felt stuck in one place. Every day looked the same. Wake up at 5:30, drink cheap coffee, drive 30 minutes in silence, work until exhausted, come home tired, watch random videos, sleep, repeat. He told himself the same lie millions tell themselves. Things will change soon. But deep down, he knew something painful. Nothing changes if you don't. One evening after work, Michael stopped at a gas station. While paying, he noticed a man about his age wearing clean business clothes, smiling, confident, carrying a laptop bag. The man looked familiar. Then Michael realized it was Jason. Jason had worked in the same warehouse 3 years earlier. Michael remembered laughing when Jason quit. Jason had said he was learning tech skills online. Everyone mocked him. You think you'll become rich from YouTube videos? Good luck. See you back here in 2 months. Now Jason looked calm, successful, different. Jason recognized Michael instantly. Mike, how are you? Man, good. Michael forced a smile. Same old stuff. Jason nodded politely, then said something simple that Michael never forgot. You're smart. Mike, don't stay stuck too long. Then he left. That sentence followed Michael home like a ghost. Don't stay stuck too long. That night Michael sat in the dark of his apartment, thinking about all the years he had wasted waiting for confidence, waiting for motivation, waiting for luck, waiting for the perfect moment. But life had kept moving. He opened his laptop, searched one phrase: best careers to start after 30. Hundreds of results appeared. Sales, tech support, digital marketing, real estate, trades, project management, freelancing. For the first time in years, Michael felt something unfamiliar. Possibility. He grabbed a notebook and wrote, 1 year can change everything. Then below it, no more excuses. The next day, Michael created a new routine. Wake up 1 hour earlier. Study before work. Study after work. No mindless scrolling. No complaining. No wasting weekends. No talking about dreams. Only building. At first, it felt terrible. His body was tired. His brain was slow. He didn't understand half the videos. He doubted himself constantly, but he kept going. He chose digital sales and marketing because businesses always need customers. He learned copywriting, cold emailing, lead generation, communication, negotiation, CRM software. At basics. At work, his co-workers laughed. You studying millionaire classes again? You think you're too good for this place now? Michael smiled and stayed quiet. Because when people fear change, they mock it. Months passed. Michael improved little by little. Not dramatic improvement. Tiny improvement. One lesson, one skill, one habit, one page, one practice call, one better day. After 4 months, he applied for entry-level sales jobs. Rejected, ignored, rejected again. It hurt. He almost quit. Then he remembered something. His old life was hurting too. Pain exists either way, the pain of growth or the pain of staying stuck. So he kept applying. 37 applications later, a small software company offered him an interview. Michael had never been so nervous. He bought a cheap dress shirt, watched interview videos, practiced answers in the mirror. The interviewer asked, why should we hire you with no experience? Michael paused, then answered honestly, because I know what hard work looks like. I've worked jobs where no one claps for you, no one praises you, and you still show up. You can teach skills. You can't teach hunger. The interviewer leaned back and smiled. 3 days later, Michael got the job. Base salary was modest, but commission was possible. Opportunity had arrived disguised as a small beginning. Michael gave notice at the warehouse. On his last day, some co-workers congratulated him. Others stayed cold. That's normal. Your growth reminds some people of their excuses. His first months in sales were brutal. Customers hung up. Leads ignored him. He stumbled on calls. missed targets, felt embarrassed. Some nights he sat in his car after work wondering if he made a mistake. But then he remembered the warehouse, the heavy boxes, the dead feeling, the repeating days. No, this pain had purpose. So he improved. He listened to top performers, read books, practiced speaking slower, learned objection handling, studied psychology, asked better questions, tracked mistakes. By month 6, something changed. He closed 3 deals in 1 week, then 5 the next month, then became one of the best representatives on his team. His income doubled, then tripled. For the first time in adult life, Michael paid bills early. He started saving money. He fixed his credit. He joined a gym. He bought better groceries. He stood taller. Money didn't just change his bank account. It changed his belief. 2 years later, Michael became sales manager. At 35, he earned more than he thought possible. But the greatest reward wasn't money. It was self-respect. He had proven to himself that a late start is still a start. One Saturday he visited his mother. She looked around his newer apartment and smiled proudly. Then she said, "I always knew you could do more." Michael laughed softly. "I wish I knew sooner." She shook her head. "You knew when you were ready." That line healed something inside him. Many people waste years hating themselves for starting late, but shame steals energy needed to begin. Michael eventually started mentoring younger workers trapped in jobs they hated. One young man asked him, "What if I fail?" Michael answered, "What if you stay the same?" Silence filled the room, because that's the real question. Years later, Michael saw Jason again at a coffee shop, the man whose sentence had changed everything. They talked for an hour. Before leaving, Michael thanked him. Jason looked confused. "For what?" Michael smiled. "At the gas station, you told me not to stay stuck too long." Jason laughed. "I barely remember saying that." Michael nodded. Sometimes one sentence can save a life. Listen carefully. Maybe you're 22 and confused. Maybe you're 29 and ashamed. Maybe you're 37 and scared. Maybe you're 45 and convinced it's over. It's not over. You may just be one decision away from momentum, one skill away from opportunity, one habit away from confidence, 1 year away from a different life. Do not underestimate steady effort. People worship talent, but consistency quietly wins every year. You do not need to become successful overnight. You need to become consistent now. Stop waiting to feel ready. Ready is a myth. Start tired. Start uncertain. Start embarrassed. Start broke. Start scared. But start. Because the cost of starting late is small. The cost of never starting is enormous. Michael rebuilt his life at 31. Others rebuild at 41. Some at 51. Time will pass either way, so choose the version of you that grows with it. And remember this: a bad chapter does not mean a bad story. Sometimes the life you want begins the moment you stop accepting the life you hate.